Hello everyone, this is Dr. Donna. I am here with Coach Devona and the ALL C.A.P.S organization. Coach Devona is bringing awareness to all handicap and underlying issues family. She is on an interview with one of her spotlight guests. Please take a listen or view at the interview. It was an awesome experience. Go ahead.
Good evening, Facebook world, ALL C.A.P.S family. I'm here today with Mr. Ricky, and we're going to be taking the Uber ride for your visual enjoyment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Ricky. I just wanted my ALL C.A.P.S family to get a little bit about yourself and your occupation.
Well, a paraplegic for the waist down. It's been 1987, so it's been about 36 years now. And I have a custom-sized van where I can drive, and I've been doing Uber for the last 2 years, and also I do Wheels for Life for local residents, and I try to take people where they need to go at reasonable prices. I'm very thankful and independent where I can go about. I have what they call hand controls in my van, where I push down for the gas and push inward for the brake.
So you do the acceleration of the hand?
Yes.
So you can do Wheels for Life in your plan?
Wheels for Life is people who can't afford Uber, and it's my way of giving back for many blessings that I have. So I can help others out as much as I can. Yeah, I take them to the doctor, the grocery store, different places they need to go to. If people have to go to Brunswick and I have to wait for them and everything else, it's just a flat fee of $20. I have one gentleman I take every 2 weeks, and we're over there for about 3 or 4 hours. Or if they have to go to the doctors, I'll wait for them. Uber, to go to Brunswick, usually charge, the person will be charged for Uber $20-something one way. So, it's $40 back and forth. So, like I said, just to help with my gas expenses, maintenance on that. First disabled, I did a bunch of odd and end jobs. I did printing, and then I got into wheelchair racing for 10 years.
Wheelchair racing?
Yeah.
Talk louder, Devona.
But when I moved down here, I'm originally from South Jersey. I moved down here in '94. And I worked at the movie theater as a doorman for 4 years, also worked at Kmart as a greeter and security. In 1999, I went back and got my relationship with God and Jesus right.
Amen.
I went and got my GED. I started substituting at Todd Ranch Elementary School, and then I was offered a full-time position as a parapro. I did that for 10 years, and then for 5 years I worked at the YMCA prime time. After that, I worked for the Board of Elections for 3 years. And in 2019, I started driving an Uber.
You've had a lot of occupations. You're blessed, you've been busy, you stayed active. Is there anything you would like to tell anybody out there that's just starting their transition, that's just going through or just becoming disabled or has a disability? Is there anything that you can tell them or encourage them, or any information you can give to them to, get them started on letting them know that they can do things? They don't have to sit back and just wait for other people to do things. They can be independent, and you're living proof. And if you can, just give some encouraging words and stuff.
Well, the first thing you got to do is adjust your attitude. And don't focus on your circumstances. Focus on what you can do, not what you can't do. It took me 10 years after I got hurt to find the true source, which is Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. And He'll strengthen you. The one thing is, if you do want to get back to work, the one thing you got to realize, you're only allowed to make a certain amount of money each month,
Right.
and which is $16.30. Now, if you're blind and disabled, you can make as much money as you want.
Right.
It's totally different. And the thing is, when I applied for my jobs, I was like, hey man, give me a shot.
Right.
And my work ethic is, when you hire me, I want to do whatever I can to fulfill that job.
Right. Oh yeah. You want to show them, and you want to let them know that you are still capable, right there, and that you can handle your position.
Correct. And that's where, if my accident, it wasn't my fault. I was passed out in the back of my pickup truck.
Right.
I was 20 years old. I was with some friends. And the thing was that they got into the accident and I got hurt.
Right.
The first thing I learned was, don't play the blame game.
Right.
You never know, far as stuff, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I try to treat others as much as the way I want to be treated. So that's one good thing about all my jobs and my business, is that, I'm catering to their needs. You're the boss. And I'm going to try to fulfill how they would want to be treated.
Is there anytime when you're doing this service, you feel as though, it's too much, can become overwhelming, or is it something that you enjoy doing things?
Yeah, it does become very overwhelming sometimes. It's really addictive. And what I mean by that is, when you're out there, you're meeting people from all around the world. And it's like, you start and you get really busy. And it becomes really fun because you got all types of people. And, we're just laid back and having a good time. And most of the people say, that you're just not a driver, you're an entertainer. And I said, yeah, but I tried to apply for a stand-up, for a comedian at one of the places, but they wouldn't hire me because I wasn't a stand-up comedian.
Oh, wow.
But a lot of people will get in and they'll see the wheelchair and they say, oh, you do wheelchair too? And I said, yeah, I can do that. And they said, well, can we borrow your wheelchair? Because when we get drunk, we can't walk. I said, I don't think so because that's my wheelchair. And you're like, what?
So they don't know.
Right.
At some point they find out.
Right. And you know, it's really entertaining because, you know, even when I worked at the school, I worked at the elementary level. And even when I'm out in public, if somebody's got a question, I'm an open book.
Right.
You know, the kids will ask so many different kinds of questions. It's like, they'll ask me, well, Mr. Ricky, how do you sleep? You sleep in your chair? And I said, do you? And I have a leg bag, and I have a tube, and you can see the tube in my pants sometimes. And the kids go, Mr. Ricky, what is that? I'm telling you, it's my porta potty. But, you know, I'm very open about my injury and my lifestyle. And, you know, there's two things in life. Life is not fair because, you know, we live in an evil world. And the thing is, we're all here part of one thing. And, well, actually two things. Love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and body. And the second thing is to treat others the way you're treated.
Yes.
I love speaking the truth. And one thing I can say is that in heaven, we're all one. And, you know, as things get uglier, and, you know, in which, you know, it's foretold that it's going to get worse. But if we hold together as a body and as individuals, there's nothing that anybody can't do.
We suffer here on earth, but if we live right, we will be granted our most award, you know. So me myself, me being blind, completely blind, I don't worry about being here on earth because I know eventually I will get my eyes.
Right. Well, just like with any disability, there's always, you know, I hear it all the time, that, you know, even though I can't walk or you cannot see, there's so many things that we do see and we go places in a different way that a lot of able bodies take for granted.
Right.
And so I have to go back to the one thing, it's all about gratitude. I've seen different people who are paralyzed from the neck down. There was one gentleman working in Brunswick and flexing from the neck down. I think the hardest part that with disabilities or with the elderly, I'm very active with the elderly, is that, you know, there's not enough caregivers. And, you know, and it's even raising children. I always said, you know, it's not about how much money you have or what you give them. I said it's all about the time you spend with them. Like I've done Kairos ministry and the moment. What we talk about in Kairos is listen, love. So, you know, we all have differences. But Paul says that, all parts of the body, makes purpose. How about if your ear says, well, I don't want to hear no more, and it don't function. So even though I don't have my legs, the use of my legs, I'm still part of that body in some way. And if we could all focus on that, on what we can do, that's when we become a whole body. And I believe that's what the scriptures call for. And, people say, well, you quote the Bible all the time. And I said, well, that's instructions that we can have.
Amen.
But I said, it's the actions that talk volume. And I said, all my actions are not perfect. But I try to do the best that I can through my fault.
Pastor P.S. with us, Caps and Facebook World. Is there anything you would like to ask or add?
Well, I would like for everyone to know more about the organization or the nonprofit that Coach Devona is heading up. I think it's an awesome awareness for the all disabled or handicapped or anyone with an underlying issue. She is doing an awesome job. We're riding with my good friend Mr. Ricky, and he is an amazing person. You all, there's nothing you can't do. You just need to learn how to do it the way you can do it, and you can still get it done. So you all caps, be encouraged. You'll hear more from Devona, Coach Devona, and we want to thank Mr. Ricky for giving us this ride. I want to get a picture of him.
Oh,
Look
Lord.
Come on, Devona, let me get one of you.
Well, I appreciate it.
Wave again. Say something, all caps.
Bye-bye, All Caps family, Facebook, Restoration of Life Church family, Daddy, Mama, Val, everybody.